As the guerrillist forces relentlessly approached the capital city of Kazan, the landscape bore witness to the grim aftermath of Birai's unconventional and deadly suicide tactics. The streets were littered with the remains of both guerrillist soldiers and the animals-turned-suicide bombers that had wreaked havoc upon Ruta's army. The toll on the guerrillist forces was devastating, with thousands of lives lost in the face of Birai's fierce resistance. Yet, amidst the chaos and carnage, Ruta remained undeterred, his determination unyielding in the face of adversity. With each step closer to Kazan, the sounds of explosions and gunfire intensified, creating a surreal symphony of death and destruction. The air was thick with the acrid scent of smoke and the metallic tang of blood, a constant reminder of the relentless battle being waged for control of the city. Meter by meter, the guerrillist army tightened its siege on Kazan, their advance slowed but not halted by the relentless onslaught of Birai's self-destructive strategy. Meanwhile, back in the corridors of power, President Biras and General Blura engaged in a heated debate over the possibility of surrender. General Blura, a staunch advocate for Birai's honor and integrity, remained unwavering in his commitment to the cause, arguing vehemently against the notion of surrender. To him, surrender would represent a betrayal of everything Birai stood for, a nation built on the principles of courage, sacrifice, and unwavering resolve. He believed that the sacrifice of the remaining soldiers was necessary to uphold the noble virtues of the nation, even in the face of overwhelming odds. President Biras, on the other hand, found himself torn between pragmatism and principle. Cognizant of the futility of the situation and the mounting death toll, he struggled with the weight of responsibility resting upon his shoulders. While he shared General Blura's sense of patriotism and devotion to Birai's, he also recognized the grim reality of the situation, that further resistance would only lead to more bloodshed and suffering. The clash of perspectives between President Biras and General Blura reached its peak during a tense and emotionally charged meeting in the presidential palace. As voices were raised and tempers flared, the atmosphere grew increasingly fraught with tension. In a shocking turn of events, General Blura, his patience exhausted and his loyalty to Birai's pushed to its limits, drew a gun and silenced President Biras with a single, decisive shot to the head. The sudden act of violence sent shockwaves reverberating through the corridors of power, leaving those present stunned and speechless. It served as a stark warning to anyone contemplating surrender. The fight for Birai's independence would continue, fueled by the unwavering resolve and sacrifice of its people. General Blura, now in command of Birai's military forces, wasted no time in rallying the troops and preparing for the inevitable showdown with the advancing guerrillist army, as the battle for Kazan raged on. The streets ran red with the blood of soldiers on both sides. The city, once a vibrant hub of activity and commerce, now lay in ruins, its buildings reduced to rubble and its streets transformed into a battlefield. Yet amidst the devastation, the spirit of Birai's remained unbroken, a testament to the resilience and determination of its people. For Ruta and the guerrillist forces, the battle for Kazan represented a pivotal moment in their quest for dominance over the continent. Victory seemed within reach, yet the tenacity and ferocity of Birai's resistance served as a constant reminder that the road ahead would be fraught with peril and uncertainty. As they braced themselves for the final push, they knew that the true test of their strength and resolve still lay ahead.